So since we met, we've been working pretty hard to do some research, working with first responders. There's a lot of PTSD within first responders, police officers, firefighters, paramedics, EMTs. 22 military veterans, or just military in general, commit suicide a day. Paramedics, it's one every third day. So we're starting to see a rise in first responders having that issue. So we've kind of taken it in stride to try and be the face of this as an option for first responders. Obviously it is working, us being on the ambulance. We work on the ambulance every shift together. She's always by my side. We've been together side by side every minute of the day since I've seen you last. And so she does very good in the ambulance. She's the only dog in the ambulance in the country to be on the ambulance with her handler at this point. So we've been trying to do as much as we can for first responders to show that this is an option of treatment, and also show our patients that it's an option of treatment with her being on the ambulance. So we've been working with the Action Disability Center in Idaho, where we actually published what we call the guide. It's a 12-page publication. It talks about how dogs operate, or how a dog is operating in the emergency environment, and how well it is working. One other thing that we're trying to do, I linked up with a gentleman called, his name's Zach Riker, and he started an organization called Shy AA, and we're working hand in hand to kind of fight mental illness of all kinds. Right now, we work as an organization. Shy AA is an organization of motivational speakers, just Zach and I going, people can reach out on the website and ask us to come do a motivational speaking engagement wherever they want. I was a paramedic before I left to go overseas, and I always thought I would never end up with PTSD because I was a paramedic. I was used to seeing people, bad things happen to people on a daily basis. Going to a war zone just changes you, it just, it changes you in one way or another. Nobody comes back the same way. I hid it for years because of multiple concerns, one being my security clearance. I was concerned that they would take that away from me and change my job. So I could understand that military guys, would not want to release that information, especially in first responders. We expect police officers, firefighters, paramedics to just continue to go out and do their job no matter what happens. It could have had a 3-week-old baby die in their arms and then get another call 10 minutes later and expect to be, just go on it like you're not human. Sure. And that's not right. We have to go away from that tough guy mentality and allow therapy like this, canine therapy, and accept it. So on the ambulance, the way that I kind of utilize her is she obviously rides with me everywhere I go. Whenever we get a call, we go. When we get to the hospital, I take her into the hospital with me. If it's a 911 call, a lot of times I don't get her out of the ambulance on the scene because we're so fast, trying to get the patient in the ambulance to go. The only time that I would take her out of the ambulance on a scene is if we could utilize her in some form or fashion. And that's what I've preached to people as far as when they're trying to get their employer to allow them to bring their dog to work, is how can you benefit the employer? I've been very lucky with Putnam County and Hanco EMS that they brought me on and knew from the beginning that this is how we work, and they were very accepting of it. So I was very lucky. But I made sure to show a point that it could benefit them and how it could benefit them. And so I trained her to be able to search for people.
Okay.
So if we had a lost victim or, like a child lost in a cornfield, for example, we could utilize her to find the patient. In the morning she comes bolting in the door and wants to say hi to everybody. She runs into Chief Nancy's office and says hi to Chief Nancy, and I'm sure that she, appreciates that. And she just wants to see everybody, and I think, everybody's face pretty much glows when they see her.